Do 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 do. Oh, it's over.
Hello and welcome to Crash Course History, bootleg Crash Course History, Aaron's Crash Course. I don't know. All that I know is I'm Aaron. I took AP World History, so I'm basically a historian. Last name, we're a less qualified, less funny, less funded version of John Green with much less production value. Talks about one topic because this is a one-time thing. Anyways, let's talk about the country that has a meme status equal to France and Australia. Russia.
Аарон не та страна, в которой ха-ха, смешной коммунизм и смешной ха-ха, Сталин.
Whoa. Slow down there, Buster. That doesn't happen in like 250 years. So we're going to talk about the Russian Empire and its transition into communism, the USSR, and then the fall of the USSR, which would turn to the Russian Federation, which is the Russia we know and love today. So the Russian Empire, which would last a couple hundred years, was unofficially established when the princes of Muscovy moved against the Golden Horde and annexed Novgorod in 1478. Prince Ivan IV pushed the borders south and east by conquering Golden Horde territory and more, and then was crowned as the Tsar in 1547. However, the empire in 1600 was very poor and landlocked, other than some port called Arkhangelsk, I think. Where to expand was pretty obvious since Siberia was really their only option, because the Ottomans were to the south, the Swedes and Poles blocked western expansion, and by the end of the 17th century, Russia would be the largest European state. While trading families like the Stroganovs, isn't that a food? Explored Siberia, the Cossacks, they made up the bulk of the military force that actually did the conquering and destroyed the Khanate of Sibir in 1571. All this expansion produced far-reaching demographics, which caused a fair amount of tension, mostly due to conflicting religious and cultural beliefs. During the Time of Troubles, the Swedes and Poles both occupied Moscow on various occasions, which led to the death of Ivan, which meant the end of the Muscovite rulers. In 1612, Volunteer Corps pushed the Poles out of Russia, and the boyars, which were the Russian aristocracy, the people who were powerful, picked Mikhail Romanov to be the next Tsar. The early Romanov rulers represented the Russian conflict of Russia versus the Turkic people, and it was painted as being Christians versus infidels, civilized versus barbaric. They also limited the freedom of peasants. However, by 1795, serfs made up half the population. This definitely won't come back when Russia has a revolution. No. Fast forward about 50 years to Peter the Great, the lad in Russia who made it a great power by reducing Russia's isolation, increasing the nation's size and power. He really liked Western Europe and the stuff they were doing there. So he disguised himself and traveled across Europe during the winter of 1697 to learn how their societies were becoming so rich and powerful. He learned that Europe was succeeding due to the famous T's, which I made up, but it was trade, toleration, and technology. Jumping ahead 3 years, Peter the Great is in the Great Northern War, which is a war with Sweden, and he uses the knowledge he gains from Western Europe to defeat the Swedes by modernizing his army. By beating the Swedes in this war, he gets access to the Baltic Sea, which means quick and direct access to the rest of Europe. Peter also builds St. Petersburg on the Swedish land taken during the Great Northern War. Then we jump forward to 1770s during Catherine the Great's reign. I guess all the notable Tsars have great in their name. That's probably why they have great in their name. Wow. A successful war with the Ottomans gave Russia control of the north shore of the Black Sea. She also advanced Russia's borders 600 miles to the east, thanks to 3 partitions of Poland during 1772 to 1795. Things like the Crimean War and the Industrial Revolution happened during the 1800s and 1900s. So we're going to skip all of that and go to the war to end all wars, which, spoiler alert, it was a big lie. So Nicholas II and the rest of Russia really liked their fellow Slavs, e.g. Serbia. And when the Archduke of the Austro-Hungarian Empire is assassinated, which is a long story, so his driver sucks, basically, is how World War I happened. The Austro-Hungarian Empire sends an ultimatum to Serbia, which is meant to be rejected, and shocker, it's rejected. But remember, this is World War I, which is caused by several interlocking alliances and all that. So basically, Russia helps Serbia, Germany doesn't like that, so they help Austro-Hungary, and then Russia's in the Triple Entente with France and Britain, so they join in. And then the US gets involved once Germany sinks a couple merchant ships and sends a telegram to Mexico. World War I destroyed Russia, morally and supply-wise. Food and fuel were running out, casualties from the war were mounting. Then comes the February Revolution of 1917, which forces Nicholas to abdicate his throne. What came after was a provisional government, which on September the 1st, 1917, declared itself as the Russian Republic. This upset the Soviets, which held a good chunk of power in the provisional government. This upset the Soviets, which then culminated into the October Revolution, which was led by famous Bolshevik Vladimir Lenin. And then they overthrew the provisional government, giving power to the Soviets.
So, future Aaron here. So I recorded about 20 minutes of footage, but I'm supposed to make a 3 to 4 minute video, and about 10 minutes of that incorporates the Russian Empire. So that's half of the video is the Russian Empire. And yeah, if I were to include the rest of the 10 minutes, the video would probably be like 8 to 12 minutes long. But yeah, I basically rebranded this from Russian history to the Russian Empire, because I have enough footage just to cover that one topic. So I am. But anyways, bye.